TKI test.
Welcome to the VE3MIS 2-meter repeater. The time is 7:58 p.m.
Good evening, this is Victor Echo 3, X-Ray Bravo Hotel. My name is Brian and I'm your controller this evening for the Mississauga Amateur Radio Emergency Service Net. The purpose of this net is to pass ARES-related traffic and items of interest to the ARES group. When checking in, please announce your call sign using phonetics, followed by your first name. Before we commence any general check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic only? Come now, please. Nothing heard. Are there any general check-ins for the Mississauga ARES net? Please come now with your call sign and name.
Victor Echo 3, Delta Romeo Zulu John.
Victor Echo 3, Tango Kilo at India Michael.
Victor Alpha 3, Hotel Echo Sierra.
Okay, I heard 3 stations in there, VE3 HES Mark, VE3 TKI, Michael, and top of the list, John, VE3 DRZ. Come on in, John.
Good evening, Brian, and all on frequency. Nothing really important to report, just hanging in, and a little thankful we've got a little bit cooler weather than we've been having, but quite humid. But we're still on the green side, as they say. Back to you, Brian.
VE3 DRZ, VE3 XPH. Okay, John, all good there. Got a good signal on you on the repeater, and I can still copy you on direct. So all good there, John. And yeah, nice that we'll get a little bit cooler weather coming. Was pretty hot and humid today. Okay, John, thanks for checking in. With that, let's go to Michael, VE3 TKI. Come on in, Michael.
Hi, Brian, and all the others on net. Not much to report. Just like John, nothing to report in particular. I'm fiddling around with a new version of log for OM, the logging program, and I've it's not packing stuff up properly, and I'm not quite sure what that's about, so I'm going to have a look at that. But anyway, not much else new. The bands were open to, the C-15 was open to Australia and New Zealand on NT8 anyway, in Samoa a couple of days ago, and a little bit of the Middle East as well, so things are looking up, I think. Back to you, Brian, at VE3TKI.
VE3TKI, VE3XBH. Okay, Michael, all good, and yeah, today was pretty hot and humid, so good day to be inside where it was a little bit cooler. Okay, Michael, thanks for checking in with us, and good to hear that some of the bands are opened up a bit, so that's all good. Thanks again for checking in. You're got a good signal on the repeater and also on direct, no problem there. Okay, with that, let's go to Mark, VE3HES. Mark, go ahead, please.
Good evening, Brian and all on net. Victor Alpha 3 Hotel Echo Sierra. Things are going okay until I got home and I started getting things ready for the net, and my Yaesu 991 Alpha has had an unfortunate incident. For whatever reason, it will not transmit any audio. It keys up, makes tone, it'll key the repeater, but I'm not getting any audio out of it, so after the net I'll have to do a reset and hope and pray that it'll come back. Otherwise, I might be out radio for a field day. Otherwise, nothing else to report. And yeah, it was a sticky, gross one today. Back to you, Brian.
VE3HES, VE3XBH. Okay, Mark. Yeah, hopefully a reset will fix that for you, because that's you kind of need audio. I don't have to tell you that, but at any rate, good signal off the repeater as usual, and I also got a good signal off you direct. Okay, thanks for checking in. With that, we're at the bottom of the list. Is there anyone else that'd like to check into the Mississauga Aries net? Come now, please.
Victor Alpha 3, Alpha Zulu Alpha, Brian.
The VA3AZA, VE3XBH. Go ahead, Brian.
VE3XBH, this is VA3AZA, Brian. And good to hear you, Brian. And yeah, kind of warm today. Huh? So I was thinking a lot about being up north swimming, but unfortunately the water is cold. So this is the time of year when you have really hot weather that makes you want to swim, and really cold lake that makes you want to sit by the fire. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking about today. Anyway, not too much to report. I'll pass it back to you. VA3AZA, over to net control.
3AZA, VE3XBH. Okay, Brian, you're coming into the repeater good, and nice strong signal on direct, so all good there. And yeah, I was speaking to somebody up north the other day, and he was telling me the water was quite low. That because it's been kind of a dry spring, and I did get a notice today there's a fire ban in our area, so no open fires at all in our area. So I guess they're hoping to get a really good downpour and get some water in the area. But other than that, yeah, we're kind of waiting to see when we're going to head up.
Roger, yeah, that's right. It's been very dry lately. That means no bugs, though. If you have dry weather for a bit, there'll be no bugs. But I think it is coming, and I've heard that too. The water level's very low. Anyway, that's how it goes. I guess we're on the other side of that pattern. I guess 11-13 year pattern. Anyway, over to you.
Amateur.
Okay, Brian, all good, and I guess we'll be talking to you on the Mississauga net. And just a reminder that the Mississauga Amateur Radio Club Tuesday Night Net will begin at 8:30 on this repeater, and also is carried live on the Mississauga Amateur Radio Club YouTube channel. So just a reminder of that. With that, we're at the bottom of the list. Is there anyone else that would like to check into the Mississauga Aries net. Come now, please. Okay, nothing heard, so I guess we'll close the Aries net for this evening. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us. This is Victor Echo 3, X-Ray Bravo Hotel closing the net and returning the repeater to normal use. Thank you all for your participation. Good evening, 7-3, and stay safe. evening. This is Victor Echo 3, X-Ray Bravo Hotel. My name is Brian, and I'm your controller tonight for the Mississauga Amateur Radio Club Tuesday Night Net. This net is available on the club's VHF repeater and Echo link between 20:30 hours and approximately 21:45 hours local time in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. It is also streamed live on YouTube, where archives of previous nets can also be found. To participate in the net on the VE3MIS VHF repeater, tune 145.430 MHz with a negative 600 kHz offset and a 103.5 Hz tone. To participate on Echolink, connect to the TechLink conference, node number 9229. To listen live on YouTube and comment, search for the club's YouTube channel with the search terms VE3MIS YouTube. If you would like to find out more about the Mississauga Amateur Radio Club, please visit our website at www.ve3mis.ca. That's Victor Echo 3 Mike India Sierra Charlie Alpha. Our email address, I'll give that again. That's Victor Echo 3 Mike India Sierra Charlie Alpha. Our email address is ve3mis@rac.ca. That's Victor Echo 3 Mike India Sierra @Romeo Alpha Charlie Charlie Alpha. The purpose of this net is to pass news and views along to members and visitors to the club. It also provides experience to volunteer operators in net and emergency operating procedures. All check-ins are welcome, and we especially invite non-members to join in. Mississauga Amateur Radio Club meets virtually via Zoom conferencing software on the second and fourth Thursday of each month. Our meetings emphasize comradeship and learning and are open to guests and visitors. See our website to learn how to join virtual meetings. Non-members who wish to attend should email ve3mis@rac.ca to obtain instructions for virtual admission. And the only announcement that I have is that there will be a general meeting this Thursday at 7:30 via the Zoom conferencing. So that's this Thursday at 7:30. And other than that, I have no other announcements. The net will be conducted in 2 rounds, a check-in round and a 7-3 round. During the check-in round, check-ins will be called in 2 broad groups of traffic: short-time check-ins and general check-ins. Any emergency check-ins will be taken at any time. Sometimes mobile and RF and Echolink check-ins may be called by themselves to reduce the risk of doubling. Please listen carefully and check in with the group that best matches your circumstances. And finally, avoid transmitting more than 1 minute without dropping to prevent system timeouts. Controller for tonight's net is Brian. My call sign is VE3XBH. When checking in, please announce your call sign using phonetics, followed by your first name. First of all, are there any short-time check-ins? That means you may be in a rush and cannot check in later. Come now, please.
Echo 3, George Baker, Charlie. It's Bruce. Good evening, Brian.
Victor Echo 3, Delta Bravo November, Dawn. Good evening, Brian.
I heard 3 stations in there. 2 of them doubled, but I did hear VE3 GBC, Bruce, VE3 DBN, Dawn, and the other station that was trying to get in. If you could come again, please.
Yes, Victor Echo 3, Quebec Alpha Delta, Rizwan from North York, over.
It was a little bit noisy. That's the station from North York. I got the Victor Echo 3. I didn't get the end of the call sign.
Yes, the call sign here is Victor Echo 3, Quebec Alpha Delta, Rizwan from North York, over.
I'm getting there. I'm a little slow tonight, I guess. I got VE3 Quebec something Delta.
Yes, so the call sign is Victor Echo 3, Quebec Alpha Delta. Alpha Delta, over.
Roger, I got it now. VE3 Quebec Alpha Delta. Okay, we'll come back to you. I'm going to go to the top of the list. And VE3 GVC, Bruce, come on in.
Hi, good evening, Brian. Just checking in to say hello to everyone. And after some lovely weather, we've had a little bit of rain today, which was, I guess, very much needed by the grass and by the farmers. Anyway, have a good evening. I just wanted to check in and say hi. VE3 George Baker, Charlie.
VE3 George Baker, Charlie, VE3 XBH. Okay, Bruce, thanks for checking in with us. And are you going to be around for the 7-3 round, or are you got to run, I guess?
Cutting it short tonight. I got a few other tasks, honeydews this evening, but I just wanted to pop in on a short call and say hello to the net.
Okay, Bruce, thanks for checking in with us this evening, and hope all is well. Thanks again. All right, with that, let's go to VA3 DBN. Dawn, come on in.
This is Victor Echo 3, Delta Bravo November. I'm coming in by way of Echo Link this evening. I trust that all is well with everybody. I have, like the previous fellow, I had some honeydews that I had to take care of, so I can't stay around very long. But I just wanted to touch base and let you know that I'm still alive and kicking. And everything is well, as far as I know, anyway. I had the end teared up. I'm going to do a little surgery on that this week and get it moved around a little bit to make it a little better. But it's working well, so everything's great. So I'll just leave it at that and pass it back to Nick Control, and thank you very much.
VE3 DBN, VE3 XBH. Okay, Don, well, good to hear from you, and good to hear that all is well and that you're getting back up and around, and things are looking good. So thanks again for checking in with us. Okay, with that, let's go to VE3 QAD, and I didn't get your name. If I can get your name, please.
Yes, the call sign is, the name here is Rizwan, so Romeo, India, Zulu, Whiskey, Alpha, Nancy, located North York, and yeah, just wanted to take the kid out for a walk, so I thought I should check in first before leaving. And I believe this is the first time I'm checking into this net. Can you give me some more information about this net? Over.
3 QAD, VE3 XBH. Okay, Rizwan, I got your name in there, and you're in North York. QSL?
Okay, yeah, that's for it, and pretty much. Thank you very much. Over.
Here's one. Thanks for checking in with us. Are you going to be around for the second round?
I have to take my kid out for a walk, so that's why I'm not going to be here. But yeah, that's about it from my side. Over.
Okay, well, thank you for checking in with us, and by all means, we're here every Tuesday, so by all means, check in with us again. Thanks again for checking in this evening. Okay, with that, I think we'll open it up to general check-ins now, and I guess we'll start with RF check-ins. So anybody who's coming in on RF, if you would like to check in Mississauga Amateur Radio Club Tuesday Night Net, come now please with your call sign and first name.
Victor Alpha 3, Hotel Echo Sierra, Mark.
Okay, I heard VE3MIS Mark. Seems to me you're the only one on RF at the moment. Come on in, Mark. What have you got for the net this evening?
Good evening, Brian. Victor Alpha 3, Hotel Echo Sierra, Mark in Mississauga. Not too much. Our YouTube is up and running. I'd like to say good evening to John, VK3HJQ, and Lawrence, VE3HQM, who are watching on YouTube. Not too much else to report. As I mentioned earlier on the Aries net, my Yaesu 991 Alpha has gone cucaracha on me, and it appears that the USB port is dead. I did a factory reset, and I'm able to transmit audio, so that's a good thing. So maybe I will have a somewhat working radio for field day. That's all for now. Back to you, Brian.
VE3HES, VE3XBH. Well, okay, Mark. Well, at least you got a working radio. At least you can get audio out on the RF. So that's a good sign. It's unfortunate the USB port has got a problem. Is that for cat control?
Yeah, it's cat control and also audio in and out to a computer, and that's what I normally use to get the audio out for our nets. I'm using the headphone jack tonight, so my apologies if the audio on YouTube's a little off tonight. It was a last-minute scramble to get something figured out. At least it receives okay, from what I can tell, but I'll have to throw up my HF antenna and check the HF side a little bit later on. Back to you, Brian.
Okay, Mark. Well, that sounds good. At least you've got an alternative. Might not be the best, but as long as it works, I guess that's the main thing. Okay, so I guess what we'll do now is we'll make a call for general check-ins on Echolink. If you're trying to check in on Echolink, please come now.
JQ, good morning. Victor Kilo 2, Delta 8.
Of the VA3, AZ8, Brian.
Hey, I heard 4 stations in there. I heard VA3 AZA, Brian, VK2DY Robert, and VK3HJQ John. Come on in, John.
Thanks, Brian. I think you put it back to me. I'm just listening on YouTube at the same time, so I just had to use that. That's excellent, doing a YouTube feed. Very good. I think Mark set that up, VE3MIS, so good job. Anyway, one case today, which is good. Looks like they're going to open up Melbourne on Friday after the 2-week lockdown. I can't remember. They had lots and lots of people getting vaccinated, lots and lots of tests, which is good. Thanks for on the net, and thanks for the YouTube feed. It's a bit interesting trying to listen both at the same time with the delay. Thanks, Brian. Back to Network HJQ.
HJQ, VE3XBH. Okay, John. Well, sounds good. Good that your numbers are down, and our numbers here in Mississauga have been down lately, and we're doing a lot of vaccinating. I got my second one booked for tomorrow, so kind of looking forward to that. So hopefully we'll get things back to normal very soon. It would be nice. John, are you going to be around for the second round?
Certainly will there, Brian. I'm just listening to myself coming back on YouTube. Interesting. Yes, I'll be hanging around Vic after HJQ.
John, thanks for that, and we'll give you a shout on the second round. Okay, with that, let's go to VK2DY. Robert, come on in, Robert.
Good morning, this is Robert, Victor Kilo 2, Delta Yankee in Kellyville Ridge, New South Wales, but all part of the urban sprawl that is Sydney. 13 degrees Celsius, still climbing a bit, but we're not going to get much warmer, I'm afraid. Sun is shining, sky is blue, but the sun is just too far north, and there's a cold front passing through at the moment. Speaking of which, we will be getting very, very cold wind temperatures tonight. Officially, the low is supposed to be 3 degrees Celsius, but places like where I live will probably see frost. And there are frost warnings all the way up into Queensland. Interesting enough, in southern Queensland, they call this season brass monkey season, which you freeze a certain part of a brass monkey off. Is sort of how the thing came about. But anyway, it's referred to as brass monkey season, and it is cold up in the inland of Queensland as well. So big cold front, snow in the ski fields. Winter is here, and that scare down in Melbourne. You know, we were sort of lax on getting vaccinations up here in New South Wales because we've had 0 locally acquired cases for months. But when Melbourne locked down, all of a sudden Queensland it's almost impossible now to get a reservation for a vaccination. Everybody's going for it now. So the lockdown in Melbourne sort of convinced us up here to get on the bandwagon. So I'm just glad I finished my course when I did, because there was still no demand when I went in back a few weeks ago. Anyway, VK2DY, back to net.
VK2DY, VE3XBH. Okay, Robert, good to hear from you as always, and you're getting into your cold season. We past couple of days we had it up about 30 to 31 degrees Celsius here, and currently 21 right now outside. So we'll make it. This is our turn to make you jealous that we're getting the warm weather while you're getting the cold. But good to hear that you've had your vaccinations done, and that's all good, and the numbers stay down. So hopefully, like I say, we'll get through this in the not too distant future. Robert, are you going to be around for the second round?
TDY, probably not. VK TDY.
Robert, well, thanks for checking in with us, and thanks for that info, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you again. Okay, with that, let's go to VA3AZA. Brian, come on in, Brian.
VE3XBH, VA3AZA, and thanks, Brian, for doing the net tonight. I hope everyone is well this evening. And it's funny you mentioned the COVID, the second round of COVID. Yeah, I'm all booked for that too. And it's my XYL. She is the vaccine hunter. She is, oh my goodness, she can find any vaccine, I think, in Kiel region, any opening in the schedule. So thanks to her efforts, yeah, I'm going to be this weekend too for number 2, so I can't complain too much. Anyway, maybe I'll see you there. Well, I'll be around for a second go too, Brian. We'll pass it back to you. VA3A today, over to net control.
VA3AZA, VE3XBH. Okay, Brian, I was just going to mention your audio on Echo Link is a little bit on the low side. I can hear you okay, but it is a little bit on the low side. But just want to pass that on. Good that you're getting checked out. Yeah, we kind of lucked out. We were trying to book it online, and there was over an hour wait in the queue, and the wait keeps seeming to get longer and longer the more we waited, and we had a phone number to call, and it was pretty busy for quite a few times, and we just happened to luck out, make a call, and got through. So so we managed to change our appointment, and it was like bang, bang, bang. We just no problem getting it all changed and set up, and we could practically pick the time that we wanted to go, so it was all good. Brian, are you going to be? You're going to be around for the second round, I think.
Net control, VA3AZA. Yes, I will, Brian. And thanks for the note about the audio. I have a new headset actually. I don't know. I guess that my level isn't quite right here yet. But anyway, yes, I'll be here for a second. Go over to you.
All good, and it looked like your audio was a little bit better that time around, so it seems to be a little bit better there, so I think it's okay. Brian, thanks for checking in. I will give you a shout for the second round. Okay, with that, we're at the bottom of the list, so I'm just going to call for any check-ins at all, be it RF or on Echo Link. Anyone who would like to check into the Mississauga Amateur Radio Club Tuesday Night Net, come now, please.
Victor Echo 3 Whiskey Bravo Foxtrot.
Victor Echo 3 Whiskey Bravo Foxtrot. I believe that's Barry. Go ahead, please.
This is Victor Echo 3 Whiskey Bravo Foxtrot. The name is Barry. Nothing much to report. It's been quite a warm weekend last weekend. And thank God for the rain. My poor garden was desperately looking for it. And I'm scheduled for the second dose next week. It's because of my kind wife who's been sitting on the computers waiting to sign me up. So that's all I have to report. VE3WBF, back to net control. Over.
VE3WBF, VE3XBH. Okay, Barry. Good to hear from you, and good to hear that you got your second dose scheduled in there. And yeah, I guess everybody kind of scrambled when the news came out. that the extra doses were available and that you could book them. So it seems like it was a bit of a scramble. So I guess it was either perseverance or luck of the draw, or a bit of both. So all good though, Barry. Are you going to be around for the 7-3 round?
This is VE3 WBF. No, I will not be around for the second. So back to net control. Over.
VE3 WBF, VE3 XBH. Okay, Barry. Thanks for checking in with us, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you again. With that, we're at the bottom of the list. Is there anyone else that would like to check in, either on Echolink or on RF, to the Mississauga Amateur Radio Club Tuesday Night Net? This is VE3XBH listening for a call. I thought I heard a station trying to get in, so if you'd like to come again, we'll see if we can get you.
Victor Alpha 3, Golf Delta Zulu, Gary, Toronto.
Victor Alpha 3, Golf Delta Zulu. Gary, got you in there that time. Come on in.
Good evening there, Brian, and to hi all on the net. I see the Ham conference is in there, but not any others. Just able to pop in for a minute, just for one go here. We're packing up to head up north to do some maintenance at the cottage. Looking forward to a better summer. We fortunately got a booking for our second vaccination shot in about 2 weeks. Got to be careful, but we're looking forward to that. And the summer-like weather, I wonder what the rest of the summer is going to bring. If it's this hot, I was able to play tennis yesterday or the day before, and I didn't do very well. After just one set, I started feeling a little bit dizzy, and I had to sit down. I was trying to stay hydrated, but it wasn't easy. So I'm just not used to it, and I attribute that to the fact I've been sitting on my butt for the past 15 months with this lockdown and pandemic, and not able to play many sports at all. So I'll say 7 threes, but I'll listen as long as I can. Back to you, Brian. Victor Alpha 3, Golf Delta Zulu, Gary here in Toronto.
CA3 GDZ VE3 XBH. Okay, Gary. Well, thanks for checking in with us. Good to hear from you. I don't think you're the only one who's in that boat. I think a lot of people are finding that sitting around and not doing too much for the past year, and because of the lockdown, you're noticing a lot more aching muscles and out of breath and that sort of thing. So I think you're in good company, and I'm sure that it'll all come back once everybody gets out, gets a chance to get a little bit more exercise. Gary, thanks for checking in with us. Okay, with that, we're at the bottom of the list. Is there anyone else who'd like to check in? Please come now. Okay, nothing heard there, so sounds like it's a quiet night this evening. So I guess what we'll do is start the 7-3 round, and we'll go to the top of the list. Bruce said that he wouldn't be here. Don said he wouldn't be, and Rizwan said he wouldn't be. So next one is Mark, VA3 HES. Mark, any final comments for the net?
Victor Alpha 3, Hotel Echo Sierra returning. Well, Brian, not much to add. Again, 7-3 to Lawrence and John watching on YouTube. And don't forget, folks, if you'd like to watch any any of the previous live streams or catch one live, go to YouTube and search for VE3MIS, and you'll find the Tuesday Night Net playlist, and you'll find all the previous nets and tonight's net in there. And yeah, as soon as the net's done, gonna have to do some more diagnostics on this radio. That's all for now. 7-3 everyone, and back to you, Brian.
VA3HES, VE3XBH. Okay, Mark, thanks for that, and all good. Thanks for doing the YouTube feed. Looks good. I got it up here so I can see it going on, and looks good as usual. So thanks again for doing that, and again, if you want to look at any of the or listen to any of the previous nets, they're also available up there too. So thanks again, Mark, and we'll be talking to you soon. Next, we'll go to VK3HJQ. John, anything else for the net tonight?
Yeah, thanks, Brian from VK3HJQ. Yep, no, not much more to add, just looking on YouTube to buy some more junk from overseas. I just love YouTube. Not YouTube, I mean, what am I saying? eBay. Yeah, I just disconnected off YouTube. Having two audio feeds was a bit weird. Thanks for running the net, and thanks for all you guys do over there. And hopefully you'll get that tail fixed up on the repeater as well. Back to the net, VK3HJQ, 7-3.
VK3HJQ, VE3XBH. Okay, John, it sounds good. Yeah, you never know what you find on eBay. Sometimes it's kind of interesting just to look and see what's there and what people are asking. You never know what you'll find. John, thanks again for checking in with us. Stay well, and I'm sure we'll be hearing from you again. Okay, with that, we'll go to VK2DY. Robert, come on in, Robert. Anything else for the net tonight?
Robert said he was going, Brian, over.
Go ahead, John.
Robert's disconnected. I think he only had one check-in. He said before he had to go and do something, over.
Okay, John, thanks for that. Okay, so Robert is gone for this evening, so we'll move on to Brian, VA3AZA. Brian, anything for the 7-3 round?
Oh, net control, this is VA3AZA, and no, nothing more to add there, Brian. I see lots of people are going for the second round. That's kind of interesting. I guess that's due to some arrival of vaccine recently, so anyway, who knows? Maybe it'll all be cleaned up by September. It never seems to work out quite the way I expect when your hopes get up, but maybe it will. Who knows? And thanks again for doing the net. I'll listen along till the end here, and I'll pass it back to you. VA3AZA over to VE3XBH.
VA3AZA, VE3XBH. Okay, Brian, thanks for checking in. And yeah, I guess everybody's out enjoying the warm weather. Because we got a light one tonight, but that's good. That's okay. Good to hear from you, and I'm sure we'll be talking again. So with that, we're at the bottom of the list. I'm going to make another call out and see if there's anybody else who'd like to check in to the Mississauga Amateur Radio Club Tuesday Night Net. Come now, please.
Golf Delta Zulu, recheck.
VE3DGDZ, Gary, come on in.
Just a couple more things. I was checking on YouTube. My audio level was a bit low. I cranked it up a notch. I'd just like to know if that's over-modulating or if it's okay at this level. And the second thing, there's a partial solar eclipse Thursday morning from 5:30 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. If you're an early bird or have a good eastern horizon, but of course don't look at it directly. You cannot. A good thing to do would be like a pair of binoculars or whatever, project it onto a white piece of paper and you can see it that way, so if anybody's interested. North of us it's actually better this time, so it's mostly northeast U.S. and Canada, and northern Ontario is the best. Back to you there, Brian, and let me know if I'm over-modulating at this mic setting, please. Thank you. VA3 Golf Delta Zulu, Gary in Toronto.
VA3 Golf Delta Zulu, VE3XPH. Gary, no, you're fine. You're not over-modulating at all. Certainly good copy on you on RF, and just looking at the indicator on Echolink, it looks like you've got a pretty good level in there. So that seems to be okay. And thanks for the information about the eclipse. I don't think I'll be up that early in the morning, but if anybody is interested, and good to know about. And yes, good advice. Don't look directly into it, of course, and the idea of using binoculars to project it onto a card or something is a good way to be able to do it. Gary, thanks again for that. Okay, we're at the bottom of the list. Is there anyone else that'd like to check in? Any late check-ins for the Mississauga Amateur Radio Club Tuesday Night Net? Come now.
VA3 FUC, name here is Ron.
Victor Kilo 6, Golf India Alpha, VK6 GIA, Peter, Greenhead, Western Australia. Good morning.
Okay, we got two stations in there, VK6 GIA, Peter, and VA3 FUC, Ron. Ron, you're at the top of the list. Come on in.
VA3 FUC returning. Yeah, so just I would jump in, hear the end of those things since you were missing the last call for any last late calling, so I thought I would jump in and throw my call sign. At least I'm listening here and enjoying what I've been hearing. So that's about it for me.
VA3 FUC, VE3XPH. Okay, Ron, well, thanks for checking in with us. Good to hear from you. And we're here every Tuesday at 8:30 local time, and also carried on Echolink on the TechLink conference number 9229. So you're more than welcome to check in anytime. Thanks for checking in this evening. Okay, with that, let's go to VK6 GIA. Peter, come on in, Peter.
Yeah, from VK6 GIA, and here in Greenhead in Western Australia. It's on the Indian Ocean side, where local time here is 8 minutes after 9 in the morning, and pretty heavy rain coming down outside. It's been raining all night, very cool, but there again it is now the 9th day of winter, and winter here you do get some rather wet conditions. You don't get snow or ice here in Western Australia, but you do over the other side of the continent. In the eastern states they get snow sometimes down to ground level, but normally only on the mountain ranges. Anyhow, temperature range is only in the low 50s at the moment, but as I said, it is raining. So I just thought I'd come in on the net and wish everybody a very good day. From VK6 GIA.
VK6 GIA, VE3XBH. Okay, Peter, all good, and yeah, you're in your winter. I think you your seasons change differently to ours. We're not into summer yet up here. We're still in spring. How do your how does the date work for your change of seasons?
Yes, VK6GIA. I understand you go by the summer solstice, etc. But over here, the minute the 1st of June arrives, it is then officially winter. And the funny thing is, just as a matter of interest, is that up in the Northern Territory, they do not have those 4 seasons. They have from December through till perhaps even through to May, they have the wet season, and then they have a dry season which normally lasts through until August, September. Then they get what's called the build-up. The build-up is quite impressive to watch. You get a nimbus cumulus which goes up to 50,000 feet, and it's there all day long. And then once the sun sets, it just disappears. But then once you get to the wet season, it really happens. We went up there to live for 2 months, and we came back down to south 2.5 years later, and we actually survived 2 wet seasons. They say if you can survive a wet season in Darwin, you will be okay, but it's something to see. But I say they don't have summer, they don't have autumn, or spring, or summer, or winter even. It is just the way things are up there. VK6GI.
VK6GIA VE3XPH. Okay, Peter. Well, that's interesting. That sort of shows how the climate affects how you determine those seasons and that sort of thing. Very interesting. Thanks for that information, Peter. Anything else?
No, nothing more from me. I was just looking to see if Reg VK6PQQ was on. He said he'd had a bit of a bad night last night, so he may be in a bit later on. Nothing more from me. 7-3s. VK6GIA.
VK6GIA VE3XPH. Okay, Peter. Thanks for that. Yeah, I've been kind of keeping my eyes open to see if Reg was going to be on, but we'll see how it goes. Peter, thanks again for checking in. Okay, I guess we'll keep going. We're at the bottom of the list. Any last-minute check-ins for the Mississauga Amateur Radio Club Tuesday Night Net? Come now, please. Okay, nothing heard, so I guess we'll close the net for this evening. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us this evening. If you have any comments, thoughts, or suggestions, you can contact us via email at VE3MIS@RAC.ca. That's Victor Echo 3, Mike India Sierra, at Romeo Alpha Charlie Alpha. This is Victor Echo 3, X-Ray Bravo Hotel, closing the net and returning the repeater to general use. Thank you all for your participation. 7-3, and stay safe.